big things that I get asked a lot is what does it take to go from, doing maybe 2-3 deals, 4 deals a month, maybe even pushing up at 5, and then doubling that. Okay, I mean, you guys look at that. That's huge, a jump into your business in regards to doubling your production on the amount of deals you're doing. And it doesn't really matter if you're wholesaling, if you're doing the flip model, or if you're buying and holding, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I don't care if you're doing multifamily. All that doesn't really matter in regards to what your exit strategy is with the property, okay? What I do want to talk about, though, is what is the limiting factors that really prevent you from going to that next level, okay? And I see this with a lot of people that I work with, a lot of my students that I work with, just all the time. It's an ongoing thing, guys, that I see. And what's interesting is typically I find it to be pretty well about the same limiting factors. And this is one of the top ones that I typically see on things. So one of those is that I see this limiting factor of basically not following any type of process. Now, I like to be real careful with this when I say the word process on things, because people hear this all the time, and I think it's used very loosely, okay, when it comes to the word process, especially when it comes to taking your acquisitions process and taking it from buying 2 to 4 deals a month to doing 10 plus or more a month. And what I've learned on that, guys, is that the biggest reason you're not able to grow and scale like that is it comes down to, like I said, it's a process problem, and it kind of goes a little deeper. And one of the problems with that is that you're part of that equation, okay? And so for many years, when I first started in the business, I'd done, this is going on year 27, I've been doing this. But when I first started doing this, guys, it got really crazy to the point where it was like, okay, how many, see guys, I've started thinking, well, I'm going to do more deals. I want to do 50 deals a year. I want to do this. And I kept running to the same limiting roadblocks over and over again. And what that was really me being involved in the entire offer making process, okay? So what you have to look at is, first of all, you have to look and say, okay, first of all, I got to make this a true process, okay? Because that's what it is. And that's the problem with a lot of you, is you truly don't look at it as a true process on things. You think of it as something that you're just doing and you're making offers. Well, that's fine. But the thing is, how do you make it into a process? You have to document it, okay? First of all, you have to document it. What are the steps involved with that? So that way you can empower somebody else to be able to do that. So I did that, but then there was still a roadblock, okay, with this, or bottleneck you might call it. And the bottleneck was that I was approving everything. So I had to approve all the deals. But what I would run into, guys, is I would be in a position where here I was working these deals. So I started basically saying, okay, I'm putting a process, and I started having other people bring me the deals and stuff. And I thought, this is the way I'm going to be able to scale to go to multiple deals a month. Well, the problem was, guys, it was still me approving the deal, okay? So everyone that would come to me or come into the pipeline, I had to say yes, no, or no, let's go back and make this offer, let's do this. Guys, that's you can't scale based upon that, okay? So I want you to think about that. So in order to really make it a process on things, I had to start thinking about how I could remove myself out of the equation. Now, some of you are not in that position right now. You're not in the position to be able to remove yourself out of the equation. when it comes to putting together deals. And I get that. Maybe you're just starting up, you're starting to grow on things, but you still start building some of the foundational things on this. Because the sooner you build that, guess what? You can have other people step into your shoes and they can start doing this. So what I learned next, kind of in that little journey, was I thought, okay, here I am having other people bring basically deals to me, or that you should be able to do something with. But the problem I had with that was, again, I had to approve everything. So what I realized is I had to create some type of portion of the process that empowered the team to be able to make decisions without me. Now get this. This is really important, guys. So what I realized is that I could set parameters for my team to basically go ahead and have a green light to put a deal together without any of my approval whatsoever at all. Okay, guys? That was a big turning point for the growth in our business. And this is what I see typically where people, again, are stuck in that 2 to 4 deals a month and want to go more than that. Unless you're in a position where you just love grinding. You love going out and just grinding in the business and just going nuts and just tearing yourself up. If you guys are that type of person that just loves grinding all the time in the business, then keep on doing that dumb stuff, okay? But if you're in a position where you really want to build this into a machine, okay, listen to what I'm saying. I realized that I had to empower the team. So how do I empower the team? I basically give them a parameter to be within. So what we created is like a range, okay? So we actually created what we call like a range calculator, where they could fall within a certain range. If they fell in a certain range, guess what? They could go ahead then and move forward with the deal without any consulting on my end whatsoever. And then as I brought in my COO as well, she was able to step in and do that, take over my position on that, and not even have the contracts coming to me once they're signed off on. Okay, so it's a stair-step approach, but I want you guys to realize that you have to be able to do something like this, or you're not going to be able to build it into a true business.